Alright, welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode 436. We are here reviewing 18 to 20 of ToQger. Now, unlike other episodes, because of time-wise, basically I've only got a chance to read like 2, maybe 3. This time there's a reason. Because, of course, next I'll talk about the very first film released for ToQger. Yep, I will be discussing that. So, in the case of 3 episodes, mostly put, it's basically, well, the best way to describe these 3 episodes, it is, it's more developing our new 6th Ranger, who was formerly known as Zerum. So, in these 3 episodes, like, he basically just hands back the Morpher, like, oh, and Ticket is the only one actually against him becoming the 6th Ranger, even though he still stays a 6th Ranger. Yeah. Now, is there anything really new introduced in these episodes? Well, in the case of episode 18, we see the basically giant-sized version of his drill, and also the fact that Zet, who had been absent from the previous episode, is back in this episode, and we debut a new monster here, Ring Shadow, where basically, well, 6th Ranger's like, oh, hi, Ring Shadow. He's like, I heard you became a ToQger. He didn't know that at first, and his little plot is that he puts rings to people's heads, so he sees people's names and causes them pain. It's like people are afraid of saying each other's names. And basically, well, Zerum, though they later give him an action by the end of the episode, by the way. Yes, this is the episode that gives him an official name. That's the main thing with episode 18. Is that we actually give the guy his an official human name. So, they're not trusting it first. At one point, we actually had the first time ever in the series where Reich gets captured. Yes, he gets taken by the bad guys in this series. All because Zed's curious about his shininess. Eventually put, Zerum discards the name Zerum and basically is named by the ToQgers Akira Nenjo. And that becomes his official name. With episode 18. Yep. That's the big thing with this episode. He gets a name. And the name sticks. Obviously. And also the fact that, well, aside from the fact that we actually got another thing with Emperor Zed, we actually know the reason. He actually does answer the reason why, because he's curious of why he's attracted to shyness and having is actually he's weak against it. So we give a bit of explanation for that, which was quite nice. The rank thing was just a moot point. Eventually, Rise they removed the claim. Oh yeah, Rise's not my real name. It's something else. He forgot. And it turns out, yeah, he was lying. He just basically just withstood the pain. But that's the whole big thing with this episode about names. Episode 19. This one in particular is quite interesting. Because opens up, we have Akira, where he is just walking around somewhere is, and then in a tunnel he hears basically like a white line. He goes inside and basically stumbles upon his own mech. Yes, what is the name of this damn thing? Build Ressha, which feels like a construction worker type of one. And at first, basically, what he decided was like, he has no idea how to pilot this damn thing. So we have the Rangers trying to contact him, and here's the thing: Blue ends up finding him in this episode. Blue finds him, and he basically, after playing harmonica, he basically is in a junkyard gathering pieces, And basically he decides to remodel the interior of his thing to have these pulley things to activate because he's not used to the modern controls. He basically, the conductor's like, oh, I like the retro look. Yeah. The conductor has a problem, but Ticket does. Ticket hates it. And it seems like Ticket's more in control of the body of conductor than conductor himself. But, and plus also, like, we didn't get a chance to see, like, the drill get used by, of course, well, the mech, which, after all, is technically Akira's property, even though formerly it was Shadowline Tech, but it's technically his, and he's able to use it with his own mech perfectly fine. And the main plot of this episode is that, well, this also is the first episode to feature I think this was the first of 3 episodes in a row we're going to see where the monster of the episode is a monster controlled by Miss Greta. Yes, this was her first monster she's had in the series since episode 16. Well, actually, the made in 15, but yeah, she has this is called Ressha. You also won next episode too. But all about controlling a fence. Eventually, Holmes can get buried alive, and of course, they get rescued. It's a fun, action-packed episode. Eventually, of course, Fence Shadow is defeated. Next episode involves laughter. It's like the whole thing with Akira is kind of wrapped in the previous episode because he's officially joined the team. The big thing in episode 20 is that we see him come onto the train for the first time. And by the way, at this point for episode 20, there's only 27 episodes left to go for the whole series at this point in time. Yeah, only 27. And it's weird, though, that you find it interesting. The very episode makes debut, 30 episodes later, the series ends. But hey, at least 30 episodes is a pretty good period of time for some shows. Yes. Also, it's equivalent to basically some early Disney-era Power Ranger series, which they were 38 episodes. And then, for some strange reason, the last 3 decided to reduce down to 32. Shows like Mystic Force, Jungle Fury, and RPM. For some reason, there were 32 episodes, despite the fact it could be a tad longer. I mean, heck, they adapted from a 50-episode series. Nope, 32. Because Disney, of course. So, we actually, the big thing this episode, we get Akira to laugh. He gets on the train first time. The conductor is off the train for the first time at being inside of that damn thing. For 19 straight episodes, he's basically been inside that train. I like the Elizabeth on the previous episode, I'm going to mention that. So, yeah, and also when Akira sees, like, oh, it's Jackabox Shadow. Yep, you know who he is, and it's a Miss Greta monster. And she's also in a position where she's like 2 things. 1, she's not afraid of it anymore. And 2, she uses a position as his fiance to basically have General Schwartz under her protection from his wrath. Because I highly doubt he would be able to harm his future wife over this. And also, by the end of the episode, Madame Noir is briefly seen preparing her daughter's wedding dress. Yes. But guys, basically, like, well, the whole thing is to make people laugh. At one point, he shows up, and there's a weird moment at the Rangers to laugh, where you have 2 guys doing sumo, and then they're wearing kimonos, we're eating, and then they're doing sumo again, and then they start randomly dancing with each other. Yes, 2 male sumo wrestlers. Like, they think this is funny. I don't. This is not funny. Also, Jack in the Box has got like 2 little doors on his chest. And by the way, in the entire episode, he'll use them once to fire little rocks out of it. I thought basically there was true form inside. Nope. I'm like, what the heck with this particular monster? Yeah, he is defeated, but my gosh. Also, this was the first episode to feature like the 3 mechs they had at this point. We had the main mech, we had the support train mech, and of course the first mech of the Ranger. Also, I think it's reviewed. I think episode it was 18 or 19 because everyone's like switching lanes. 6 Ranger is not required. Nope, they can't do with him. So, also in the case of these last 3 episodes, basically, Yellow does the thing where it switches lanes. They don't do it in episode 18. They do it in episode 19. Yes. 19 was the last time that she goes green. Yep, this is the episode where they had a fail attempt. 20. 20 is the last time they have blue become red and green become red. Like, yeah, I found that'd be interesting. You're thinking, why would we mention this? Because the last time they ever did this. Yeah. Baron Nero is... Him and Madame Noir do not play a role in episode 20. Despite the fact these two were absent in the previous episode. Yes, believe it or not, these two were absent. Zet, meanwhile, though, is 11 episode of episode 16. That's all he was absent for. Baron Nero was only absent for 16 and 18. So was Madame Noir. And Miss Gray was absent for 18, but not Zet. Nope, he was there. Swartz basically wasn't absent, though he's not going to get... Here's the weird thing about him. So far in 20 episodes, he's only missed one. Just episode 9. And you're thinking, huh, that's interesting. He only missed one episode. And after that episode 9, next to miss episode 9 to episode 24. I mean, out of the episodes he technically is credit period, he only misses 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 7, 8, only misses 9. Yes, 9, which is going to be interesting. Baron Nero himself, basically, well, he's been episode so far in first 20. He's been episode 4 at least 3 episodes. Madame Noir, pretty much the same thing. I mean, look at the series so far. These two haven't really done very much. It seems like as soon as Zed showed up, they just stopped doing stuff. I mean, Madame Noir has had a monster episode 14. Her next monster is episode 30, though she hasn't even watched this by that point. Baron Nero has had monsters episode 13. His next monster is to be into episode 29. The very next episode series features Madame Greta's final monster in the entire series. Yes, the final one, and there's a reason for that. Yep. So, also, there's all thing with the clear robos, where 20 is the get this for these particular things when they transform. This is the 4th to last time in the entire series that they do this. It's like the whole thing with these mecha for the Shadow Lion. It's like at some point they just stop using them. Yeah. The Cleans themselves, well, as cloners, they of course appear after episode 11. You don't see them again until episode 35. Yeah, takes a while for them to show up again. Yep. But that's going to be pretty much a particular viewer. Let me read there. Sorry about that. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. And next time we have a Comic Corner, it's back to watch ToQger for a movie, and I have another Comic Corner ready. And after I review the movie, another Comic Corner, and then after that, be more ToQger. Okay, next video. Bye.